All right, perfect. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at subscriber versus 1 of 10. There is a lot of people that were requesting subscriber versus 1 of 10. So I'm going to create that video for you. It's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be talking more. I've already used both tools a lot, and one tool is going to be better than the other. 1 of 10 is going to have features that just a subscriber is going to have a lack of features that subscriber has, and vice versa. So I'll just get started. So if you are, we're going to look immediately at the most comparative part of it, which is this brand new feature that subscriber introduced, which is Intel. You can come over here and start looking at Intel, and it is going to be a outlier type tool that is much like 1 of 10. So we're going to go and I'll take you through it. Let's do the same search. What I'm going to do is let's go through and we'll look at, I'm going to say, and there's some nuances you've got to kind of know, or some tricks and tips you have to know, because they do need to do better with their filter system. We need to be able to select over here that we're actually looking to research videos, or if we're looking to research channels. And you can see right here, here's hot new channels. I like that they go and find channels that are just taking off like crazy and getting a lot of subscribers in the last 30 days or something like that. And then you have outlier videos of the week. It's just going to be a random amount of videos. If you're in specific niches like I'm in, you're probably not going to see those videos get massive traffic. It's usually going to be in the pranks, gaming, politics, and so forth. But the way that you use the tool is you've got to say something like, let's say Claude AI, and then I'm going to say videos. So you have to specify videos or channels in order for it to either research videos or channels. If I put channels right there, it's going to go try to find channels that are talking a lot about Claude AI. So we have Claude AI, so we have Claude 2.1, and then right away it's going to be sorted by relevancy. We're looking at stuff that's 1 year old, 9 months ago. We don't want to look at that. Most likely I would use the newest first, because that's going to see what are people talking about. Claude AI 3.5 Sonnet is insane, and I don't know why that even, so that's 9 months, 3 months ago, and it should be the newest videos first. So as you can see, I'm still not finding, because we're not able to, there's my channel right there, or my video right there. These are still a year old. So that particular word is not working for me. So I'm going to say Claude 4 videos, and we're going to try this. Maybe we'll look at newest first or relevancy, but now we're talking. You do need to be very specific with the keyword that you're putting in here, because you're going to get a lot better results. If I just say Claude, we'll try that as well. But so we have Claude 4 is really weird. 91,000 views from 4 days ago. Then we have 4 days ago, Claude 4, everything you need to know. So now we're starting to talk, and you can see the outlier scores right up here. What's working better for channels? We're going to go over here to the filter system. Where is the filter? I'm not seeing the filter. We have video results 200 found. This is a sorting feature, but I'm not seeing the filter system right here. It's pretty good, and it will get you by, but when we log over here to 1 of 10, you'll definitely see the difference. If you're trying to do your research like this, it still has a ways to go. 1 of 10 is still the king, and that's my opinion. Some of the things I like about this is that it up and coming, you can tell they're putting money into their product. This was a lifetime deal available on AppSumo. You're lucky if you picked it up, because I believe this is going to be one of those ones that is going to end up being the industry leader for creating YouTube scripts, doing research, and putting the whole thing together. It also has some really good research features. You can create your titles, and it's an all-in-one tool with a specialty in script writing. So I still think of Subscriber as your script researcher and writer. They do add on all these other features and tools, but they're just not as good, because you can see that the buck stops here. We have a sorting feature. You can search for things. I do like this. You can look at a bunch at once. And then that's kind of where it stops. This is good enough to see like, oh, what are these videos doing to get views and so forth. So pretty good. But now we can go and just say Claude 4, and we'll go hop over here to 1 of 10. What I'm going to do is come up here and put that right there, Claude 4. We're going to search. We're going to look for outliers, and then we can go to this magic filter. So I only want to look at stuff within the last week. That is the beauty between this and Subscriber for the outlier feature. You're just not going to get that granular. You're not going to have that much filtration ability. And the filters and so forth is just way, way better in 1 of 10. Now, of course, they could watch this video. They could add that feature. That'd be great. But I still think they're going to have a ways to go because 1 of 10 is a massively funded tool that I believe that they're at $50,000 to $100,000 MRR per month. That means that the tool is making between $50,000 and $100,000 per month. They are loaded with funds to be able to continue putting their funds back into the tool to lead the industry with a tool like this. And let's be honest, tools like Subscriber and all these other tools that I've showed you on the channel, they're adding this outlier feature in vidIQ as well. I don't know who came up with the concept first. It might have been vidIQ or it might have been 1 of 10, but 1 of 10 took that concept, either created it or was one of the first to the market. They ran with it and built a flagship industry-leading tool for outliers, right? And so everybody else is trying to catch up, but they're not. When you add it into a tool like this, it's never going to be the main feature of the tool because Subscriber shines for script writing, okay? So we're gonna come back over here and I wanna put the filter on and let's just look at last week for now. And we're just gonna say apply changes right there. And we're gonna see who's creating content right now. You can see that there's just a ton of content right over here 5 days ago. This topic is, pretty insane. And you can see the outlier scores right over here, why everyone's freaking out about Claude 4 with examples, right? And he got 68,000 views right there. And he normally gets 17,000 on average. But what I like the most about this is that, yeah, these are some pretty big channels. 42,000, this would be a little bit more up my alley. What I would really want to do is let's go and see what my favorite part is. Let's just leave the multiplier the way it is. A lot of times you can just go to, I only want to look at stuff that got 1.5. I usually don't go any higher than that because 1.5 is good enough to indicate that they got a lot more views than they normally do. And then the only other thing that I like to do is move this down to around the 50,000 mark, less than 50,000 right here, something about right there. And then we can apply these changes and now it's only going to show us the channels that are creating content on Claude 4 that just came out a few days ago that have small YouTube channels. Claude 4 is out, comparison versus O3 and Gemini. This gives you an unlimited amount of content and possibilities that you can actually go for. Now you can see that these are the only ones right here that are closely related to Claude 4. As we come down here, you'll start seeing that there's no more content that fits that criteria. So the way that you use the tool is you go back to filters. If you want to look at smaller channels still, you might want to put the dial down just a little bit and see, watch, let's go to 1.3 right here. And then I just want to update and then you can see that we'll usually get more, but no. Okay, so I want to go to filters now and we can start looking at different things. I'm going to go with last month. Oops. And the dials need to be it's pretty sensitive. It's hard to get it right where you want it to be. Apply changes. Last month, it should still be pretty close content because it only came out a few days ago. This will give you those small channels that are creating content on a specific topic. What I really like too is that I like to go over here and let's just go Google Gemini. And anyone that's creating content on Google Gemini, notice that the filter system is going to stay the same. We don't have to set our filters again. We can keep our filters and just change out the keyword, and that works really well. And now you can see this guy is flooding YouTube with Google Gemini, content getting a ton of views. Gemini's new features, use cases. This video stood out to me. And so what I did was I bookmarked this and we can go over here to bookmark. So this video right here in my last tutorial, when I did my full review on this one got 11.3x right here with just 4,000 subs. They got 31,000 views. These are standout massive videos. I can show you the bookmark feature, which I really like. These are different channels and so forth, but we can go over here to LearnWire. You can see the latest one that I saved was that video right there. We can click on it and you can see that I saved that. We can actually generate ideas and come over here. It's going to generate ideas for LearnWire. It's going to generate some thumbnails that we might be able to use and some different topics as well. What I would probably do is just take this, copy this, put it into Claude, put it into Gemini and say, change a couple words of this title. Or just do it yourself. So just change insane out with one other word, ways to use Gemini free, maybe add one more word, only change it like 15 to 20%, stick with that same theme, and then make a thumbnail similar to this. Maybe change the person out, put a picture of yourself, and then maybe change the words around just a little bit. Maybe change the color of the background. You get the point, but a similar thumbnail as well, because the combination of that title and that thumbnail on that tiny channel worked, okay? That's the thought behind this process for creating YouTube videos. Now, right now, I'm not using the tool for this particular video because I'm trying to answer questions and queries that people are having. When you guys ask for things, I like to deliver those videos for you. If we come over here to the dashboard, you can see that this last video that I did got a 10 out of 10. It did not get very many views, but this was a requested video, so I went ahead and made it for you guys. I definitely create a lot of my content for my subscribers and not just trying to get as many views as possible. I'm creating these. Hopefully they get views. That's my goal. But first and foremost, creating a lot of content for you. Once you build your YouTube channel, you want to do a combination of both. Answer people's questions that are asking you to create content on them, but then also go out there and create broader type of content. You can see it created similar types of thumbnails and it gave us different types. Like right over here, it does this, but 5 unbelievable strategies to boost your content with. Then right here, you would just change that out with Google Gemini 2.5. So it gives you, you're just going to change this out with Google Gemini. So it gives you these fill in the blank type titles, which is super cool. That's the really easy way to go out there and use 1 of 10. It's definitely going to win. I just wanted to do a comparison. So if you upgrade to the pro version of 1 of 10, and I have links below if you're interested, but the pro version, you're going to be able to have a thumbnail generator and a title generator. So then this starts becoming that all-in-one tool, other than it's not going to be a script writer. At some point, you would think that 1 of 10 will probably want to join that game as well, bring some AI in and be able to help you to research and write your scripts. And then 1 of 10, I think that when they set their mind to it and decide to do it, they're probably going to win at it because it's a top funded tool. They have unlimited resources to turn this tool into whatever they want. But with that said, if you want the best outlier tool to research thumbnails and titles and the easiest filter system and so forth, and you want to do that fast, you want really easy way to save in folders and track channels. You can go into our trackers over here. We can go into our LearnWire tracker. There's 10 channels that it's going to go and pull only their content from. I don't even have to set any filters or anything. And it's going to go out there and research the channels that I saved in my tracker. Then we'll be able to look at all of our videos that we're looking at. If we're going to go back into subscriber and you want my opinion on what subscriber is going to shine at, now it will get you from point A all the way to publishing and so forth. If you find one of these titles, we can come over here, first tests and impressions, new Claude 4 update 5 days ago. And let's just say we went with this one about the freaking out one from 5 days ago. It's going to give you all this data right over here as well. It's going to give more information and statistics and analytics of the actual video, which I really do like. But where this is game changing is that now we can say, okay, we can analyze the video. So I'm going to click the analyze video, break down this video, tell me what's great and what could be improved. Then we can start using the AI. There's a chat bot in here. And it's going to go, this video 4 is a banger with an outlier score of 3.7, showing it's performing way better than other recent videos on the channel. The hook comes in strong immediately, stating the internet is going crazy and the hype is justified. It's quickly highlighting the key takeaways, unmatched writing style, and coding ability, directly addressing what viewers likely want to know. The video uses specific examples for writing and coding, showing rather than telling, plus including real-world benchmarks like SWE bench adds credibility. And here's a breakdown of what's great: the strong hook, the real examples, the benchmark integration, enthusiastic delivery, clear structure, addresses key concerns. But here's potential improvements, right? We could create our own video to touch on some of those other things for benchmarks. While the SWE bench data is mentioned, showing a quick visual of the benchmark comparison would make it more impactful. The title promises to explain why everyone's freaking out, but the video focuses more on what Claude 4 is capable of. A bit more emphasis on the impact and implications for different users, developers, writers, business. So that could be an entire video right here. And then the call to action, while there's links in the description, promoting viewers to check out them, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's the next steps in the AI chatbot: generate title ideas. provide more detailed strategies, and analyze other videos. It gives you the 3 next steps and generate title ideas. We're going to click that button and see what title ideas we can come up with, or what subscriber can come up with for us. So if this is your style, this is definitely going to be like an all-in-one tool. It's great, and there will be a link below. You can check it out. Now it gave us all these Claude 4, the AI that broke the internet. They told you not to fear AI. Then Claude 4 dropped. It gives us some great titles. Look, they're all short. They know about short titles that don't get truncated. When you write long titles, it hurts you from an SEO standpoint. People don't see the entire title, and so then there's no point of writing a long title. So it even starts with people reading a title and looking at a thumbnail. People don't have all day to do both. They just want that short title they can glance at. They want to look at your YouTube thumbnail, and if it's passable, boom, they'll click on it and start watching your video. But these long sentences as titles just don't work. So I like the short titles right over here. It did a really good job. And then we have script research is broken, unfair advantage right there, boom. These are the stark contrasting type titles. And then we can explore for Claude 4 video idea. So you can see we kind of went down this rabbit hole right over here. And then we can get back to our chats and so forth right there. So what I want to do is save this idea to LearnWire right here. It's going to save that. Finding potential script ideas in your chat. So now it's going to go to work, save script idea, Claude 4, the AI that broke the internet. The AI upgrade nobody saw coming. Let's go with that one. And so then now we would go analyzing your selected idea. It's developing structure, it's refining details, determining best format, developing structure. So it's taking us through this. Now the video format is educational. You can go marketing, you can do a review, all kinds of good stuff. We're going to stick with educational. It's going to tell us what this is right here. And we're going to say save script idea. So now we can start scripting. So this is just where we're at right here. And so we can jump right into start scripting. And then this is where we're going to say how long we want the video to be, a video title right there. We can change any of this right here that we want. Go ahead and read through all this as well. And I'm just going to go like this, and credits. We're going to go here and say complete setup and start script. So now it's going to give us our nice briefed script writing process right here. And then it takes you down this whole process workflow on writing a script. And then all you have to do is push start research. I'm going to show you how to do this. And we can search the web. We can add links. We can add videos. If you wanted to, you could come over to that video. I just found the video right here, so I'm going to right click and copy link address. I recommend right clicking and opening up in a new tab when you want to research a specific video. That way you can go back to the outlier section and continue your research. I went ahead and found the video. We're going to add a link, and it's going to be right here. And I just want it to, we're going to just add that source right there. We could go and do more research and so forth, but I just want to add that as the research. There's 5,000 words of content in that video. The subscriber is going to use advanced AI and its own algorithm to take that content, take that 5,000 words. It already kind of knows that. It already knows what we want to do, improve on it, because we did that as well. And then it's going to go ahead and write a new script for us and add those improvements to our script as well. So that's all we need, but you can add as much as you want as well. Now we're going to frame this video. We'll be right back. So now we have all these different frames. So the problem and solution plus demonstration. So it has all these different ways to frame YouTube videos. They've done all this research, plugged it into this software, and it knows these case study and comparisons. So if you have a case study, how you use Claude 4 already and gotten results, then do that. Show viewers that Claude 4 offers significant practical improvements. This one's great. So I'm going to use this frame right here. It turns green. I really like everything just works. It's fast, and the user interface and the journey on what to do next is really, really good. They have buttons over here. Once you have a green, we can generate more. If we didn't get one out of these 3, we can go to title there, or we can click up here and we'll go to the next thing. Now we're going to work on the title. We have this as the title. I think it's going to give us even more title ideas. Here's all these titles right over here. I kind of want to keep this one, and this one would be a really good one right over here. So like right here, how Claude 4 outsmarts other AIs. If you can actually show proof, like a good comparison, like where you could go and try to get a result with like ChatGPT and Google Gemini, and then come into Claude and Claude does better, then that would be a great video to make. But right over here, writing emails will never be the same. It doesn't put Claude in there or anything like that. And so I want to keep this one because this is what Claude 4, the AI upgrade nobody saw coming. That's one of the original ones. Now, I'm not sure which way is recommended to use the tool, because we found this one. It came up with this idea using its AI. We already built the frame and everything, and now it's suggesting more titles. What I'm going to do is edit this one And we're going to, this one's pretty close, was not supposed to happen, but we're going to go with this one right here, and I'm going to save. Then we're going to go to the thumbnail section. That's how you can quickly use the one already created for us, and it gives us more ideas as well. But in this case, like I said, I'm going to keep with the Claude 4, the AI upgrade nobody saw coming. And then we have a thumbnail. And we'll just go with this first one right over here. So it gives you all these thumbnail prompts and ideas as well. And then now we go on to the hook. And you can see we just continue to keep going through this process flow. I've shown you this in the advanced review and first look that I did, and not a whole lot has changed with this particular process right here. I'm going to try to speed through the rest of this so we can actually take a look at the script that it creates. As you know, hooks are very important, especially for scripted videos. And that's what it's doing right over here. I like this one. This one right here and this one right here look really, really good. Let's go with this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that hook there and payoffs. Now we have a payoff. Now we're going to go to drafts. We've done the research, the frame, the title, the thumbnail, the hook, the payoffs, and now we are ready. We can generate the outline and draft. That's the button I like to push. It's going to go out and do everything for us. We'll be right back. All right, so this is what it looks like with the draft. And what you're going to want to do is read through this. It tells you what section, how many words, and so forth. Then you can go to the edit button right over here. And your draft is done. Now let's make it better by reviewing and editing it. You can only do this once, so make sure you're satisfied. It actually looks like it creates your introduction and some different frames. Let's go with the email one, because I'm good at email and it's an easier thing to kind of show in AI. And then for words, let's go with the 1300 words right there. I'm going to push the generate draft button right over here. Now it's going to generate the draft. And you can see it's writing for us right here. And you can see it's in first person. Then I tried professional email requesting a meeting. So it's very authoritative, very from an experience standpoint. And you'll be able to come through here. I'm going to push the save button right there. Here's our draft. And now we can go and export. That part is kind of confusing, right? We just wrote that one, but then there was a bunch of different frames or outlines. And then it said 550 max words, but then we have our script written and it's 1600 words. It says speaking time about 10 minutes and 29 seconds. Readability 63. It ready to record. Use the teleprompter to smoothly deliver your script with adjustable speed controls and so forth. So we can go and look at, I'm going to push the download on the script. We'll take a look at it real quick in Word. And then here's our script right over here. And there's that part about the email. The whole script kind of turns into that, and then apps that actually work and so forth. There is your 1700 word script right there that you could go and send or load this into your own teleprompter. Let's look at this. This is a new feature. They're always adding new features, which is cool. We can enter teleprompter mode, and here is your teleprompter right here. So I'm just going to do a sample of it right here. So maybe I'll just scroll to like right here. So you know that feeling when you ask AI to write something and it comes back sounding like a robot trying to be human? Claude 4 just solved that problem completely. I tested this by asking for a simple email about a broken coffee machine, and the response was so naturally conversational that I forgot I was talking to an AI. So you can see right there, it actually works really well. That's what you see on the screen. My eyes will be looking down because my camera is just right above sitting on my monitor, right? And my monitor is a really big monitor, so it's actually even higher up than my eye level. When I'm looking at my screen, I'm completely looking down from the camera. That's okay for these tutorial videos and so forth. I try when I'm just talking to start looking at the camera when I'm talking like I am right now. You can do a trick. I do my final video editing using Descript, which uses a lot of AI technology, which is super cool. They have an eye focus button that does a pretty good job. It's gotten even better where most people, 96% of people would never be able to tell. If you turn that on, the user's eyes in the video will actually be looking at the camera. So that's a trick that if you don't have an actual teleprompter and you just want to read like this would be a great tool. I'm planning on using this in some of my other YouTube channels as well, where I could read the script and then use that feature. My eyes will be nice and focused, and then I could send that off to a video editor or do the video editing myself. So that's a cool way to use it. Hopefully you get the gist of the difference. If you want the best outlier tool, 1 of 10, in my opinion, is absolutely game changing. But if you're trying to save money and want a tool that has a ton of features, it's going to write really good research scripts that you have full control over the source data as well. I believe they're using all the best models of everything, and it can scrape that content and so forth. So if you want an all-in-one, Subscriber is going to be a great tool. I have a link below to that. I couldn't recommend both these tools more. I really don't want to say which one's better because it depends on your use case. If you want an all-in-one tool and script, with the emphasis that script writing is definitely a must, then you probably could get by with just Subscriber because they have all those other features. They have the Intel feature, which is an outlier type tool that is only going to get better and better. They have amazing chat features where it does a great job brainstorming with you. The script writing is the best on the market. So Subscriber is turning into that all-in-one tool. But if you really want to look at and be fast with the outlier tool, and you're willing to pay monthly or annually, most people would say this is a pricey tool in comparison with a lot of other tools that I'm using, like my school community. I have to pay $100 a month to use that tool, right? I'm paying $100 a month for my Get Response autoresponder email tool. So it's all relative. $39 a month might be expensive to you, but I'm paying multiple tools, $100 a month for those tools. So $40 a month is not expensive. I think it's priced just right. But if you absolutely can't, if it's not on your budget for even $40 a month, or you don't like that idea, then Subscriber. But right now, Subscriber is not available as a lifetime deal. You might want to wait for the summer deal or Black Friday to see if Subscriber does one more run. I have a feeling they may not be coming back because the tool is growing at a rapid pace, getting 200,000 visitors a month to their website. They're acquiring customers. The creator of the tool is big on YouTube as well. So they may not need to go back to AppSumo to get more customers. I do have a link below to sign up to their paid plans. Hopefully that you got value from this. Let me know which one you are going to be picking up or which one you think is the better tool. Just write Subscriber or write 1 of 10 and I'll know you voted for that tool. Thanks so much for joining me. Links will be below if you want to pick up one of these tools, and I'll see you in the next video.